Whoa, happy Friday. We already got some people in the house. What's going on, my dudes? What's going on, guys? What's going on, gals? How's everybody doing? Having a great night? It's 9:15 here on the west coast of Canada, and we're going to get started. I'm having a beer, not going to lie. It's pretty amazing as well. It's very tasty. It's called a Tangerine Dream. Super fantastic at the moment. Couldn't be happier. So we'll get started. We'll jump into it here in about 30 seconds. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I know it's a little bit late. I'm from the East Coast originally, from Prince Edward Island, and it's after midnight there. But yeah, I thought I'd come on. Got some time. Love just chilling with everybody, and had quite a few people asking me for chart requests in the Power Group private community as well. So if we want to come on and discuss that, anybody that's in the Power Group private community, just send me a ticker. I'll get to those first, and then we'll jump to any on the YouTube members. And then if any YouTube members have any requests, we'll jump into those first. And yeah, then we'll jump into any public requests. Ask me anything as well. If you want to just chat, you want to have a beer, you want to hang out, all that good stuff. Here to do pretty much whatever you all want to do. Sometimes it's nice to just chill in the markets, right? It's like a day like today. Everybody's messaging me. My phone's just like ding, 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 like nonstop. And today at one point I had to take a break, not because the market was, because like I don't care about market go up, market go down. Like I have my, like I've got more money I need to do than I know what to do with. I don't need any more money, but that's because I put myself in this position. And I have my sell targets, and I have my limit sell orders, so I don't need to do anything until more riches, essentially. So I'm just looking at the Power Group private community. I'm looking at my investments. Did my sell order that I set long ago sell? No, didn't. Okay, not concerned. Eventually I'll get back into trading, but time in the market right now I think is better than timing the market. When the broader market starts to enter a bear market, and big tech, crypto, AI starts to top out, then I'm going to be looking to rotate a lot of those profits, probably 80 to 90% of them. I'm going to probably take about 80 to 90% of those profits and rotate about 10 to 20% of those profits into MJ, more beaten down MJ, and then I'll do time in the market for MJ. I'll trade crypto, big tech, and whatnot, and then I'll do time in the market. I'll probably hold for multiple years in MJ, and then once MJ stocks top out, then I'll sell those. I'll look to rotate 80 to 90% of those profits, and then I'll trade that market, and then look to dollar cost average back into tech stocks and real estate, etc. So we're going to jump into it here. We'll do some ticker requests, chart requests. Again, if you're in the PAL Group private community, which is a different membership than the YouTube membership, shoot a message into the group, and I'll get to those ticker requests first. And if there's any YouTube members that have any requests, questions, anything at all, ask me anything, we'll jump into that. And then we'll get to the rest after that. Any public requests. Typically I do these for private members, but like I said, it's Friday night. We'll come on, hang out for half an hour to an hour, have a beer or two, and go through the markets. So we'll jump right into it. Jam Losi, beer and chill. Yeah, I've got, like I said, Tangerine Dream. It's a tangerine lager. It is fantastic. Oh my God, it's good. It's called The Babe. They also have like a blueberry vanilla one. It's really good. It's from Jasper Brewing Company, I think. But Campio here in Edmonton is fantastic. Like, that's where I get it, and like that's probably the best beer ever. And I'm from Alberta, right, Canada. So here in Alberta, we love our beer. So partly why I love Tilray so much. I love MJ. I love Medicine of the Future. I love everything that they're doing, and I love craft beer, and they're into all of it, so I love Tilray. Like, mark my words. Y'all gonna be jaw-dropped when that thing's over. Happy Friday night, pal. We got Michael in the house. How you doing, Michael? Just racked up the best week of my young trading career. Many thanks to our host. Yeah, well, I don't like to showboat. I don't like to toot my own horn, but when other people toot my horn, I'll gladly take it, so... CGC, yeah, we can take a look at CGC. As always, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. You can subscribe, take the bell, and I'm also getting a lot of people just messaging me about this SST token, Gold Inc. Like, I'm not hitting the buy or sell button for you folks, right? Like, do it, invest in it or don't invest in it. Same with XRP. When I first started pitching XRP, oh, that's a scam. Everybody was saying it was a scam. Oxy's a scam. It's at a penny. You're an idiot. Like, buy it or don't buy it. Don't blame me. Don't do anything because I say do it. Like, do your own research. I'm telling you to look into it. Whatever you do, it's on you, okay? I got so many people messaging me, oh, this SST Gold Inc. thing's a scam. Well, there's a game in the App Store, in the Google Play and Apple App Store that you can download and play. At the very least, if you invest $500 into it, the most you can lose is $500 and you have fun playing the game. What's the worst you can lose? You put in $100,000 and you lose it all, that's on you. That's just dumb, right? Don't do that. I'm promoting the project. I'm telling you not to do that. That's stupid. I would never put any more than $1,000 into it, okay? You don't need to. So I've gotten a lot of requests about that lately. Questions, legitimate questions. People are really excited about it. But again, I'm not giving financial advice. And it's a paid sponsorship on the channel. But do you think I would take a sponsorship and not do my due diligence? No, right? I don't want to hurt people. And I'm telling you, it's not something you want to invest your life savings into, okay? And then there's some people commenting on my videos saying, hey, stop promoting this. This is a scam. Well, you just saying it's a scam without providing me any proof just shows that you're an idiot. Like, stop doing that. So, like, send me an email, info@pursuitofwealthgroup.com. If you think that there's something sketchy, send me what you find sketchy. Send me some proof. But, you know, just because I'm promoting a new project doesn't mean it's a scam because you never heard of it. So, you want to unfollow me, send these, like, I've been getting all these threats, if you will, but I will unsubscribe. Like, do you think I give a shit if you subscribe to my channel or not? No, I do not. Like, I'm here to provide value. I told you this with XRP. I told you this with Oxley. I told you this with I don't know how many assets, right? When it's all said and done, there's never been one project that I ever promoted that was a scam that went to zero. Ever. There's never been a project that I promoted that was a scam or went to zero. Ever. There's been tons of other projects that went to zero, like MedMen, right? I didn't promote the hell out of that one, though. I just said that I've only put in, a few $100 into that one. That was a complete YOLO for me because of Tilray investing in that. Anyway, I'm going off on a bit of a tangent, but I've had quite a few people reach out to me today and talking about that. But follow us over on X as well. You can follow us over there. We got some 15-minute bull flags confirming on XRP. We're looking at around 284. You had a new higher high on XLM. That's up almost 85% in a week. And I just did some analysis for a couple POW Group private community members. So YHC, LQR House. I mentioned this was a symmetrical triangle breakout. We hit our target. You could still see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross. I'd be cautious on this one, though, because it did a 1 for 35 reverse split. So technically, this stock should only be at like 3 cents. So it's a penny stock. It's an illusion saying it's at $2.60. So does it make any money? I don't know anything about it fundamentally. KHC, I also looked into this one for another POW Group private community member. And that one's a falling wedge breakout. Could still see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross. And on the weekly time frame, we just had a bullish triple thunder crossover, close above the 10-week moving average. And a MACD and a stochastic bull cross on the weekly. And that would get alerted. I'm going to look to potentially add that one to the POW algo service. You would have got an alert, but $30 looks imminent. We have nothing until the 50 weekly there at $30. And for the POW Group members, we'll just wrap up here real quick. And then the 200-day moving average at $29.46. So $30 looks pretty much guaranteed here for Kraft Heinz. But basically what I'm doing right now is like my brain going through this charts is what I made the algo service. That's what the algo service is. It's my brain put into code, into algorithms, into a script, into these indicators here. So when I say bearish triple thunder crossover, bullish triple thunder crossover, that's all I'm looking at is, do we close above the 10-week moving average? Did we get a stochastic and a MACD bull cross simultaneously, all three? Well, why do I have to even look at the chart anymore? I just subscribe to the algo service and all of these alerts, right? Bearish triple thunder, bullish triple thunder, sending triangle, cosmic overbought, oversold. That's when we hit weekly and daily oversold or overbought. Sorry, no. Cosmic is weekly and monthly daily oversold or overbought. And then daily bull flag, death cross, golden cross, descending triangle, Bollinger Bands, head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders. M2 money supply, which is the global liquidity. You have micro overbought and oversold. So if you're looking for scalp trades, right? If you're looking for We have those. We have scalp, overbought, and oversold. So if we're oversold on the 1 minute, 2 minute, and 5 minute, you'll get a notification. If you're a day trader, a scalp trader, if you're a little bit more of a longer term day trader and you don't want to do like the minute trades, we have micro overbought and oversold. So if you're oversold on the 5, 15 minute, and hourly, then we have ultra, which is kind of in the middle, 1 hour, 4 hour daily time frames. Those kind of give you nice swing trade entries. So we have everything for everybody here. And multiple time frame RSI divergence. You got platinum, bear cross, and bull cross, which is essentially the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average only on the weekly time frame. So it's like a golden cross, but it's on the weekly, so it's even more bullish. Volatility squeeze breakout and weekly EMA 12 and 26 bear cross. These are the latest additions. Look at this. This is super sick. So if we look at SPY, go to the weekly time frame, you'll get alerted when there's bull and bear crosses on the weekly and EMA 12 and 26 exponential moving average. And look, this one would have alerted when the price was at 432. So if we go to 432 on SPY, that would have saved you 20% of downside. Then if you bought on the EMA 12 and 26 bull cross, the price closed at 412. So we'll go to 412. And if you didn't sell until the next EMA 12 and 26 bear cross, which on this candle, it closed right there, you would have 22% of upside. And here we are, we just had another EMA 12 and 26 bull cross here. And you'd have roughly another 6.7% of upside. But then you can go to Bitcoin and you're gonna get way more than like 10 or 20%, right? And we had a huge cup and handle on Bitcoin. Here's the cup, here's the handle, rounded bottom. But look at this. Look at these alerts. You'll get this in the Powell Algo alert now. EMA 12 and 26 bear cross happened there, saved you 67% of downside. Then if you bought on this EMA 12 and 26 bear, and again, this will be in the Powell Group private community, you'll get an alert and it'll also email it out. So from that EMA 12 to 26 bear cross to this, so this buy signal to this sell signal, let's go. So from there to the sell signal was 2,119%. So 21x. Then you don't buy again until the next buy signal, right? That would have been another 100% gain. And you can do this for any asset. And I've got literally all of these. I've got over 60 assets, stocks, cryptos, commodities in the Powell Algo now. And look, we just had a EMA 12 and 26 bull cross go off on XRP not long ago. Right here. So this one, it fired off at 58 cents. And there still hasn't been another sell signal. You still haven't been told to sell yet. So you could have bought this one at 58 cents based on that EMA 12 and 26 bull cross in the weekly. And you would have saw 455% of upside from there. So just created those lately and added them. CGC, it's getting close to its weekly EMA 12 and 26 bear cross, but it hasn't. So we had one here, huge bull trap, upper wick, weekly downtrend, lower high and lower low, just a massive bear trap and fake out to the upside. Sorry, bull trap and fake out to the upside. But here you can see here EMA 12 and 26 bull cross, bear cross. We had tons of downside, another bull cross. Tons of downside, bull cross. We had about 200% of upside. And then this one here was the money shot. That one saved you about 96% of downside. And you didn't get a single buy warning until 96% of downside. Then there was another one. And that would have saved you another 89% of downside. Wow, CGC is probably the worst investment ever. Unless you bought it here. Oh man, that's just sad. Based on how far away we are right now on the EMAs on the weekly, I would say we're probably at least 3 or 4 weeks away before we see a bull cross of that. Weekly downtrend confirmed with a lower high, lower low. So zoom out to the monthly, look for monthly consolidation. Yep, we lost the low of the previous month, so we're consolidating, pulling back. Not good. Daily time frame, we had a daily bear flag, and the target is 93 cents. And yeah. We had 113 and today we hit 112. So we're breaking to a lower low. Close near the low of the day. We could see easily another 16% of downside on CGC. It's an absolute dog. There's so many better investments out there. We just had a bearish triple thunder crossover while all MJs, if you've been subscribed to the algo alerts, there's been almost 20 people that subscribed to the POW algo alerts in the last week, and everybody's absolutely loving it. Price will be going up almost double less than 24 hours from now, by the way. Tomorrow price will be going up. It's at $15.99 Canadian, so like $11 US, and it's going to be going up about basically 100%, basically double tomorrow. But yeah, so many MJ names like MSOS, bullish triple thunder crossover closed above the 10-week moving average, bull cross of the stochastic and the MACD. Look at this dog, an absolute piece of crap. CGC falling below the 10-week moving average, MACD bear cross happening now, and stochastic bear cross. So this one's seeing the opposite. CGC is probably the weakest in the sector at the moment. Even glass with all these raids and all this drama going on. Just had a bullish triple thunder crossover, so you know it's a sad day for CGC when you got raids going on an operator in the US, but yet it's way more bullish than CGC that doesn't have raids. So yeah, I just, again, there's a reason why I only allocated a few percent of my portfolio to CGC. It can move a lot when it wants to, but if I was looking for entries on this, I'd probably be waiting to $1, maybe 90 cents, and just scale in slowly and just wait for the moon, right? Like, again, the only thing I'm bullish on CGC, like Canopy Growth, I don't like any of their projects in Canada. I don't use any of their products in Canada. I haven't bought a single product in many years. OGI is amazing. SNDL is okay. Tilray is my favorite. Aurora is absolute dog shit. Would never buy any of their products. Yeah, CGC's, their products are getting a little bit better, but I still think it's like 2% good, right? Like it's 98% crap. The only thing I'm bullish on CGC is their Wana business in the US and Stores and Bickle. So, you know, there's way better picks out there than CGC. Just because it was first for so long and the king for so long. Pets.com was also really great, but they failed pretty quickly in the tech boom. FLT.V. Let's take a look at FLT.V. Well, we don't have to do the dot here because we don't have to do that. We're just going to go here to daily time frame. So this one's an absolute rocket ship. So we had the EMA 12 and 26 bull cross here, and then when that algo alert would have went off, you'd see 300% of upside, so not bad. No resistance, sorry, no support though until 13 cents, so I'd be very cautious on this one, and based on that huge upper wick, I would anticipate a bear flag, and that's exactly what we got. So again, once you put in thousands of hours of research and time into the charts, you'll just know that like I did, right? I didn't look at this chart for, I don't know if I've ever looked at this chart ever. Maybe one time you asked me to look at it, but how did I know there was a bear flag? Because I seen that huge upper wick and a huge move with no support. So that tells me, look for a bear flag, and then sure enough, there's our high, there's our low, there's our flag, there's our lower high and lower low. Bear flag confirmed, downtrend confirmed. Then you take your measure move out to the 0.32 fib, and we're getting close to that target. So either you can put in thousands and thousands of hours into charts and technical analysis, or you can join the POW group private community and the POW algo alerts, and you'll get access to my brain. And you won't have to do hundreds and thousands of hours. But if you want to do it yourself, maybe if you join POW group, you can do it in hundreds of hours instead of thousands of hours. But if you don't want to do it at all, you don't want to be an absolute, fiend of the charts, then you can just come on here and ask me to do it for you. So, but obviously I can't do charts for every single person on earth, so you're going to have to be in the POW group private community where I spend most of my days. All right, let's jump through a little bit quicker here. TerraSand, Verano, Trulieve. Holy Pete, you are ready to go. Let's go. TSND, the first list on the TSX, but I do not like this company, to be completely honest with you. It reminds me of a Canopy, and you know why it reminds me of a Canopy? Because Canopy, I think, owns 17%, or like 13% the last time I checked. They're getting out of U.S. markets. What does that tell you, folks? If a company can't win at home, they're probably not a winner. And if they're getting out of markets in the U.S., the biggest economy in the world, the biggest capital markets in the world, what's going on? That's a red flag for me. Huge red flag. I wouldn't invest a penny into this thing ever. Just to tell you, be completely honest with you. Why would you invest in eBay when you can invest in Amazon and Apple. Like, this is basically what we're looking at. And that's being nice. Like, eBay is actually good. Like, this is, for lack of a better word, it's dog shit, folks. Like, yeah. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I'm having a few beer. Like, do you want to make money, or do you not want to make money? I'm not here to, like, hurt anybody's feelings. I know you're probably an investor, but, you know, at the end of the day, there's so many better picks out there, folks. Like, TSND, it's crap. Let's, like, buy Cureleaf. Sell this, buy Cureleaf, and wait 5 years, 10 years. You'll be happy. Just forget about this ticker. It's absolute dog shit. Yeah, monthly bear flag. Like, come on. There's so many things. Like, love Canara Biotech. I've been making content on this company for so long. It's at all-time highs. Just to hit a new all-time high. Oxley just went from a penny to 17 cents. Yeah, VFF's up, like, I bought this. I remember buying this a few months ago at 40 cents, telling everybody to buy this at 40 cents. And here it is, weekly bull flag targeting 188. So, like, this thing could be up. Oops. This thing could be up almost 300% in the last few months. And you got a name like piece of crap TSND who's got a bear flag. Like, it's just absolute dog crap. Like, what's there to like about TSND? Like, I have zero. And again, like, has anybody tried any of their products? Like, do not invest a single cent until you try their products. Like, can you imagine buying Toronto, or sorry, not Toronto, or I guess you could. Imagine buying Toronto Blue Jays without knowing who the Jays were. Or imagine buying, like, McDonald's without trying McDonald's products. Like, it's just, yeah, this thing had, look at this. So this thing had a bear flag target of 37 cents, and look where the real candle bodies have been at. 37 cents. Yes, we had a couple wicks, but the area of interest is 37 cents. And we got so many names starting to turn around, and TerraSen's getting out of the U.S. They're getting out of markets in the U.S., folks. Why? You don't see, like, Canadian LPs getting out of provinces because they're struggling. No. That, like, I couldn't believe that if that happened. Like, no, you should be expanding to more. Like, why are you getting out of less? Right? Like, that's a huge red flag. I'd be like, sell, 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 never go away, and blacklist this, ever. Like, okay, well, they're getting into this market to improve margins and profitability. Well, you shouldn't have been in it in the first place. And why do you, like, you should be profitable. And if you're not, like, if you have to leave markets, you're just a terrible company. Like, oh, it's, yeah, anyway. I'll digress a little bit here because, like I said, I know people are probably invested in this, but I know most people are just reading things online, or they're listening to a podcast. Someone says it's a good thing. You have never tried their products. You probably don't even live in the U.S. and you're buying a U.S. company, right? This is what the MJ industry is terrible for this. Most people don't know any of their brands. They don't know any of the products. They never tried any of their products. They just did a little bit of Googling, a little bit of YouTubing, and this is my number 5 holding because, like, it has to be more than that, folks. You can't just do that. You're going to get wrecked. And don't listen to me either, right? Take what I say and then go do your own research. Verano, yeah, Verano is also a dog. I wouldn't be, I mean, it's better than that one, that's for sure, but, ugh, oh man, it's just another bear flag. Like, it's absolute crap, folks. Look, bear flag after bear flag. We just had a 79-cent one. Yeah, that's bad. It's targeting 25 cents. So, it's not looking good. Again, Verano. There's a reason why I don't make any of these content, folks, because, like, I'll make content if people ask me to, and if you're a member in the Packer Private community, but I'm going to give you my honest opinion. I'm not here for a popularity contest. I'm not here for likes. I'm not here for views. I'm not here to win friends. I'm here to make you money. And if you don't want to listen to what I have to say, then that's fine. I'm not here to hurt your feelings. But, man, there's thousands of producers. There's thousands of producers in Canada and in the U.S. Like, there's only going to be like 6 to 12 big ones, folks. So, who do you think's going to be Cureleaf, right, in the U.S.? That's pretty much the only one I'm sold on. Tilray, you got OGI, SNDL, High Tide, right? VFF. I know I missed one. Oxley, right? Beyond that, I really don't care about any of these other ones, to be honest. Because I know those are going to be the ones that are going to be in the top 12 for sure. Like, they're going to be Not just top 12, that maybe top 6, and they're probably all going to like merge together at some point. Like Curaleaf and Tilray will probably merge in the blue chip phase. Trulieve, TCNNF. Yeah, Trulive's okay, but the problem here is that it only operates in less than a quarter, or less than a third of the U.S. And this one's a monthly bear flag too. Like, come on. Already had it drawn out. See that? So high, low, lower high. Didn't even give above the 0.236. We are bouncing here on the monthly time frame. This rescheduling, if we get this in, and I just posted a video on this. Rescheduling could be any day now, says Sam, anti-MJ group. That would save this. But yeah, key support on TCNNF is going to be 302. Lose that. We're targeting 157. Still in a monthly downtrend, though, so it's an absolute piece of crap as well. You have to remember, like, they're only in the Florida market, folks. Like, yes, Florida's going to be huge, but they're only in, like, what, 15 states, 14 states? Like, they haven't even expanded to the most of the U.S., to a third of the U.S. yet. What are they going to do? What are they going to do when they expand to Canada and the rest of the world internationally, like Curaleaf? Curaleaf's in all of the world. They're a Canadian operator. They own Northern Green Canada. They're a Canadian LP. They operate in more U.S. markets than Trulieve, and they operate in Poland, Germany, and UK, and around the world. It's no wonder that they don't have the great margins like Trulieve does, but Trulieve still has a lot of debt, and it's a piece of crap. Doesn't operate in any markets. What do you think it's going to have to do when it expands? It's going to have to tap into their cash, and it's going to eat into their margins, or they're going to have to dilute and raise money to expand. And guess what? Licenses are super expensive now. Capital expenditures are going to come through the roof and up their ass. And yeah, it's not good. I don't really like Trulieve either, to be honest. It's hard to believe Sam's stupid approach to marijuana. Nothing. Also, nothing about Terrence Cole's Senate confirmation hearing. Yeah, I don't think it matters. Like, we'll probably get Pam Bondi just reschedule it with the help of the president, and before he even gets in office. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see that. We did have a bullish triple thunder crossover though on TCNNF, so that was one glimmer of hope. We had the MACD and the stochastic bull cross close above the 10-week moving average. You know, no news, no sector news. If we don't get rescheduling, this thing's probably going to be going to $1.50 though. Make me some more money, Rod, Jim. No way, man. Thumbs up. Make me some more money, Rod. MSOS, if we have a chance, please. Yeah. So MSOS, again, I can't imagine spending money. Like, I can't imagine paying them a management fee. Like, this one's probably 5% of my portfolio now allocated to it. And the only reason is just because what if I didn't get the 6 to 12 winners, big winners correct long term. But if you look at some of their, like, let's just look at it, right? Like, it's like a kid looked at it's like they threw a dart at these MJ companies. It was like, well, we'll hope for the best, you know? But, like, you're going to pay them a management fee. So you're going to pay them money to lose you 96% of your money. So you invest $10,000, you just lost 96% of it, plus you paid them a fee, so you probably lost 98, 99%. Why are you going to do that? When you could literally just go to their fund, right? Click on holdings, which is here. Why not just buy the top 5 or the top 10 and say screw MSOS, right? I mean, the top 5 is like majority of the fund anyway. 30, 50, 60, 70, 80. It's like 80%, the top 5. So the rest is garbage. Verano, right? Like I said, Verano was garbage. TerraSend was garbage. It's only 5 or 4%. Planet 13's like, I don't know. Like, who cares? Like, yeah, it's kind of cool, but I'm not going to, it's not a business for the future, right? You're not going to change the world by going into a friggin' thing and like paying like $300 an ounce, $500 an ounce. That's just crazy talk. Like, get out of here. I wouldn't invest a penny in that either. Vireo, garbage. Juicy, garbage. TerraSend, garbage. Like, Cresco's pretty much garbage as well. Glasshouse, okay. But again, like, if you want to buy a better operator, buy Cannara Biotech. It's at all-time highs. It makes way better. I guarantee you Cannara Biotech has better quality bud than Glasshouse, and I guarantee you they pay less. They're in Quebec with very low cost of utilities. Glasshouse is a joke, right? You got people in their echo chamber that don't understand. They get their head up so far up their ass, they don't know. But again, I haven't tried their product, but like Like, the people who are advocating for it are like 60-year-olds who probably don't even smoke weed. And they're like, oh, but my friend takes one of their gummies and it makes all his problems go away. And it's like, guess what? All of these companies have gummy, you numbskull. Like, you think they're special? Oh, it's so funny. And like Tilray's doing all these scientific like studies, like clinical studies and trials, and like, you know, medicine of the future breakthroughs. Like, they're doing, like, they're the first to enter Italy, and like, it's, come on. Like, it's not that hard to figure out, folks. And it's funny because you got some of these people that are 50, 60, 70 years old that are just clueless. Absolutely clueless. So yeah, why buy this garbage, really, at the end of the day? What is going on with my screen? Gonna have to get a new monitor really soon. What else is going on with MSOS? So 423, 377s. Yeah, we could be up to around $374 pretty soon, but again, it's just hard to be bullish on a name that loses you 98% of your money and then charges you a fee. It's kind of ridiculous. Especially, like, I could understand if 80% was across like 20 different stocks, but it's literally in the top 5. You don't have to be like, all you have to do is just go look at it by the top 5. Glasshouse, Cureleaf, Trueleaf, Green Thumb, what, Cresco. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Forget about the rest. And who cares? It's the top 5 make up like 80% anyway. So it looks like a 4-hour bull flag, though. And yes, it is. So if we go here from the high to low to the high, yeah, it's flirting with it. I'm not as confident in this playing out, just because we did lose the 0.382 fib, and there wasn't much room for a higher low. But yeah, we had 377, $4, and this one says 395. So yeah, we could be up closer to that $4 soon. But again, like, for example, why would I buy MSOS at $2? If it goes to all-time highs, that's a 26x. Okay, if it goes back to February 2021-ish highs, well, that's not a great example. We'll just say the 2024 highs there. That's not even 5x. Oxley, right, which is paying down debt. It just removed its going concern. It's got amazing products, right? I use all of them. And it's got some of the best selling products, and they're not even at full capacity in terms of their grow capacity. This was at a penny, folks. A penny. That goes back to all-time highs. That's a 300x. Just in the last year or so, it's up 1,500%. Right? Look at that. It's up 15. So from November 2023, it's up 1,700% almost, with the recent highs there. So what did I say? November 2023. Okay, what's MSOS been doing since November 2023? Since November 2023, MSOS is down 72%. Okay, so LPs are better than MSOs. That's just fact. Yes, LPs got hurt the most, but that's because they're easily shorted on U.S. major exchanges or Toronto Stock Exchange. But everybody was saying, oh, look at LPs, they're garbage. And then MSOs ended up doing the exact same thing, because the sector follows itself, not down to the day, the second, the minute, but overall, when in doubt, zoom out, look at the 3-month, look at the 6-month, look at the yearly charts. They're all looking the same. And yeah, like, you could be buying VFF, right? That one's up off of the lows almost 232%. High Tide, amazing pick here as well. Since March 2023, it was up almost 255% and still up 133. All right, lost my position. My chat just reset. Where are we at here? Do Tilray and Navitas? Did I just do Navitas? I thought I just did. So Tilray's been a piece of crap as well. Not gonna lie. But the difference is here, they're not getting out of markets. They're entering markets. They're the first into Italy, right? Whereas TerraSend, right? TerraBull Send is unsending her. They're getting out of market. Tilray's entering. They're ramping up grow capacity in Germany. They're entering Italy. They're getting all these studies, and they're paying down debt. Their balance sheet is improving. They're selling hemp products in the U.S. They're expanding to the U.S. with their hemp business. Like, this one's just stupidity to the downside. It doesn't make any sense, but it has no business being here. This should be at like $1.50, at least $2, like fair value. And these other companies are getting out of markets. So I mentioned that it was 12 months in a row on Tilray that we hadn't bounced on the monthly, meaning we hadn't broken the high of the previous candle for 12 candles in a row, 12 months in a row, 1 year. I said, watch. When we break the high of the previous monthly candle, it's going to be a massive swing trade. This month, we broke the high of last month in June at 46 cents. If you just entered there on a break, if you entered at 47 cents, you would have been up 53%. And guess what? It's not going to be done there, folks. This thing's probably going to $2. Like, the bottom's probably in. It is a monthly bear flag, but I can't see that confirming. Like, pretty much 0% chance. Has to get over 103 to confirm that. I can't. If this thing was a monthly bear flag, you'd be down to like 8 cents, and there's no way in hell that's happening. There's just like, they got more cash on their books than that, like anybody with a brain would know. So that's not going to happen. We had this falling wedge. Target was 56 cents. We hit that. Here we are, got extended, coming right back down to that 56 cent level. And we have another bull flag target of 88 cents. I think that was the 4 hour. So 4 hour bull flag, yeah, low, high, higher, low. So we'll grab our fib tool here. So anything over 56 cents, and then you just, did I do that right? Let me just see here. No, I didn't. It was from here. So low to the high. Maybe that was the hourly. I think that was the hourly. So low, high. Make sure I'm on log scale as well. So yeah, low to the high. Move it out to our 0.32 fib. Saying 105 actually is target, but we need to hold 58 cents here. Could dip to around 57, but wouldn't want to see us lose 57, or else we're probably heading back to around 50 cents. And I mentioned that in my last Tilray video. I said don't be surprised if we pull back to 50 cents. Nothing goes in a straight line forever, and we had no support all the way down until 39 cents. So we could pull back 43% and still be in a 4 hour uptrend. This is why you need to take my course. This is why you need to join Power Group Private Community. This is why you need to learn charts, technical analysis. We can pull back 43% and still be in a 4 hour uptrend. And then people get surprised that we pull back 17%. I'm sorry, but come on, folks. It's not that hard to figure out. Just look at it. We had no support. How do we know we had no support? Because every single candle was higher than the last previous ones. We had no higher lows. So it's just straight rocket ship. What normally happens? Mountain, right? Look what happened to ACB when it had its fantastic earnings. Everybody's like, oh, Aurora's the one to buy now. It just did a 1 for 12 reverse split, followed by a second 1 for 10 reverse split, but it's now the leader, right? And then people are like, oh, Tilray's going bankrupt. It might do one reverse split. And then these same people, I see the same people commenting saying Tilray's going bankrupt, saying I'm buying Aurora, and it's like, you numbskull. They already did 2 reverse splits. It's so dumb. And they're not even in like the top 20 in recreational market share in Canada. I've never seen any of their products anywhere. I haven't seen a single Aurora product. My friend told me the other day that he bought an Aurora product on like a medical site, and I was like, I near fell off my chair when he said he bought Aurora. I was like, it sucked balls though, right? And he's like, yeah. I was like, okay. I was like, you're never buying that again, right? He's like, no. I was like, okay, good. Please never buy that ever again and do us both a favor. Like, oh, man. It's just the worst products ever. Like, if you want to get sprays and stuff like that with CBD in it or whatever, like, there's no way you can mess that up. But in terms of their flour and their edibles and everything else, oh my God, it was just like, I don't even know what you would compare it to. Like, Burger King of the fast food chain, but that's a compliment, right? Like, imagine Burger King had like a burger with mold on it. That's Aurora. Like their products are so shit. Oh man, it's so bad. I don't know Navitas. Navitas. Semiconductor? Oh, massive move. So yeah, we just had a EMA bull cross here, and then we saw about a 82% from that bull signal. But generally, these are lagging indicators. So once you see it after a big move like that, you need, like this one should pull back at least, just based on how much we've seen. Like I don't even have to think about it. It's going to pull back at least 30-40%. So now let's look how much we pulled back. 36%. Oh my God. It's amazing what thousands of hours worth of research and experience can do, right? So I don't even have to look at that. I just knew, right? And again, God forbid anything happens to me. If you join the POW Group private community, you have access to my brain. If I get hit by a bus, well, you're shit out of luck. But yeah, or sign up for the POW algo alerts, and there'll be nobody to remove you from it after I'm gone. Oh, that's funny. All right. So head and shoulders as well. EMA 12 and 26 bear cross. That's called confluence. Multiple indicators, pattern signals saying the same thing. 314, very possible. I decided not to invest in it. It's not a scam. I'm playing the game. People need to grow up. Yeah, Gold Ink. Yeah, I mean, if it's right for you, it's not. If it is right for you, it's right for you. If it's not right for you, like, that's it. Like, move on. Like, end of, like, no one's trying to convince anybody. Like, either it's not for you, it's not for you. The end of the story, move on. If you're interested, ask questions. I'll answer. If you're not, float. Like, I could care less. Game's fun. Like I said, I've only invested about $1,000 into the game, or into the token. The most I can lose is $1,000. I've already played the game and got, like, I've been playing it for over a month, so I've got a month of entertainment. So that alone paid for my, and I didn't do any of the in-app purchases. Like most of these people go on like Fortnite and spend like hundreds of dollars on skins and all this shit, and on downloading games and buying new games when they come out. Like that's thousands and thousands of dollars playing video games. I played this game for free and bought a token that could go up 100x and only spent $1,000, and I got over a month of entertainment. So like, who's really winning and losing, right? Definitely not me. So do what's right for you. Like, yeah. TMC gap fill. Multiple tickers with the name TMC, so you're going to have to be more specific. That's why I asked for the exchange as well. So let me know, and we'll get to that later. Damn, I actually made it, says Mr. Mankey. Yeah, we got Raging Gun in the house. Shout out to all the YouTube members. Raging Gun, I appreciate you commenting a lot and participating, but like if you want me to look into something for you, I can't read through like 20 comments. So you're kind of doing yourself a disservice because I don't know which one to look at first. So I would just like, if you want me to look into a ticker, let me know now. I'm just gonna kind of go through the chat here because it's too much for me to read all at once here. And I would just say, like, maybe dial it down a little bit on the comments and give other people a chance. I'm not trying to be a dick, but you know, part of being successful in life is balance and chill. We're in Financhillin session here. Mr. Mankey, did you have anything? I don't see anything from you, so we'll just keep going. Where am I at here? I lost myself in Raging Guns comments here. One sec. No way, Mr. Mankey. Yeah. Finally made it to alive. Heck yeah. Welcome, Dr. Fell. Is that like a... what's that game called? Margaret the Fell Omen? Is that kind of like a play off of that or something? Why can't I think of the name? The game name. Okay. XRP, XLM, XRP, yeah, so XRP was a 15-minute bull flag, and I think it did confirm. So if we go from the low to the high there, yeah, it did confirm, but we're pulling back. We're right at that support level at the 0.32 fib. We almost got 3 touches now, so If we lose 278, we're probably heading back down to 274, 272 in a hurry. But this measured move is saying 295 here. But key support there at 270, we'll say 277. Lose that, probably heading back down to low 270s. But if we hold 277 and break above 284, the target's 295. I mentioned today in the live stream for XRP that we probably weren't going to bust through $3. Bitcoin was turning weak as well. I said watch for 260, 240, then we hit 266. We also had some bear flag targets and some moving average targets around 240. And yeah, I think over the next 3 to 5 days, you're probably going to be a new all-time high price discovery for XRP. Next week, blockchain week, crypto week. You're going to see massive, like XRP would probably be an all-time high, maybe $4 to $8 in the next week or two. XLM, so XLM just confirmed a 15-minute bull flag as well. And this one's doing a lot better. So it didn't even get below the 0.236. So it shows that it's a lot stronger. Because anything over the 0.32, when I look at these fib tools, this just means 38% of the pullback. So this move to here, from there to there, it only gave back, and that's actually incorrect. It kept, no, that's correct, because we started consolidation there. So all I mean when I say the 0.32 fib, you don't have to be a mathematician or anything. All that means is this move from here to there, it gave back about 38% of the move. If you go back to the 0.5, it gave back about 50% of the move. If you go back to the 1, it gave back 100% of the move, and it doesn't take a genius to figure that out. If you started here and you ended here and you ended here, well, then you gave back 100% of the move. 1 is just 100% of the move given back. That's all it is, folks. It doesn't have to be super complicated. I just went over this in my advanced course as well today. I'm working on an advanced course, algo course. 4 or 5 videos today, playing Gold Inc., giving people recommendations on Gold Inc., getting my bi-weekly newsletter ready. I'm doing all this. And people can't invest 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour a day into charts. It's kind of crazy. I'm up till like 1, 2 in the morning, grinding, burning the midnight oil, and getting advanced courses made, bi-weekly newsletters. I spent 3 years making the algo. Finally got it working the way I wanted to. No shortcuts to life, folks. And I run an Airbnb, 2 of them, and I have 2 long-term rentals, 2 tenants, long-term rentals. And I have a new daughter who's 17 months old. I have a partner. I live in a condo. I'm on 2 condo boards. I guarantee you nobody's... Just picture your life, and then 5 to 10% of that is my workload. Like on average. It's crazy. But, I love it. I never have to work another day in my life again, but can either make excuses or make all problems go away. I choose to make all problems go away. I'm a problem solver. Okay, thanks, man. You bet. Thanks, Raging Gun. Thanks, Mankey, and everybody else. CGC has been great for swing trades for me. I don't like the company at all. Yeah, that's all it's good for, is just quick moves in a very short period of time. Everyone focused on Oxley. Yeah, exactly. Raging Gun. It's amazing. Everything else is lackluster. I wouldn't say that. Oxley Rocket is about to take off. Yeah, that's the one I'm probably most excited about because it got to a penny. Like, imagine that goes back to $2 or $3. My portfolio would be happy. Beer. Yeah, I'm still drinking the Tangerine Dream. It's so good. There's too many wussies around with hurt feelings. All good. Appreciate the honesty. I agree. Piece of crap. Doggy poo-poo. Tilray MSOS. That's it for me. Oh, you want to do TLRY divided by MSRS? Okay. Oh, whoops. TLRY divided by MSOS. So it has been dropping, but on the shorter term time frames, but on the daily time frame, it's been gaining some momentum. We actually had a ascending triangle as well here. Whoops. And then what you do, I like to use the real candle bodies, and that's perfect. That's exactly where we were. So then you take your measured move out of that, and oh my God, folks, you literally can't make this stuff up. Like, that's to the penny, right to the exact level, and then we pulled back right back to the support. So watch for Tilray to start to outperform again soon. We could come back here to the sloping resistance line, but again, if if you're watching this and you just saw me do that, like, I didn't look at this chart for forever, Tilray divided by MSOS. Like, when do I ever look at that? Like, that's not something that's common. The Tilray chart or the MSOS chart, but yeah, but Tilray in denominated MSOS? No, I have never looked at that for like months. And I just told you the target was 25 cents and we hit it literally to the C. It was actually 25.33 and we literally hit 25.37. Like, technical analysis doesn't work. My ass, get out of here. Like, these people, it's so funny. And Cresco Labs. Yeah, I mean, you didn't give me the ticker, so I don't know if you want to look at the Canadian one or the US side, but we'll take a look at, we did have a Powell Triple Thunder Algo Bullish Triple Thunder crossover that went off on it. What is that? CBRLF or something crazy. I hate that ticker. I absolutely hate it. I never remembered it. It's like the stupidest ticker ever. CRLBF, get out of here. Like, that's such a stupid ticker. Like, part of being a public company is making a good ticker, and that's just the worst ticker ever. Like, somebody slap them. Uplist and get a new ticker. Man, so stupid. Okay. Yeah, still in a weekly downtrend. Anything under 99 cents is a weekly lower high. Still a long ways before we see. And didn't they delayed their financials? And it was a monthly bear flag. So pretty much all these major MSOs are monthly bear flags. Oh, I already had to draw out. Look at that. Save myself time, just like the algo. Yeah, I was targeting 48 cents. So we had this lower high here. And then once we lost support at 78 cents, it was actually a double bottom at 78. Well, 78 and then 80. So once we lost 78 cents, that confirmed the bear flag. Then you just take your measure move there from the high to the low, move it out to your 0.32 fib. And it was saying 48 cents, and we hit 42. So it might start going the other way soon. If we get rescheduling, it's obviously going to be, it could easily go up, 100% from here. But not a huge fan of Cresco either. Just imagine, like, all that stuff going on with Glasshouse in the last couple days. Just imagine that happened to Cureleaf. Just imagine that happened to Tilray or Organogram or Sundial or Oxley. Like, that's what separates the big girls, the big boys from the boys, the big men and the big women from the small girls and the small boys. Like, like, you got Glasshouse, like, with this crazy raids going on, and like, that would never happen to Cureleaf or Tilray or Oxley. Like, they won't even talk, they won't even do an interview with me and without, like, getting the questions first. They're so compliance first and doing everything by the book. Can you imagine, like, immigrants running across their fields? So funny. Oh, man. Oh, that's just absolute priceless. Nothing against immigrants. I mean, they're just trying to get a better life. And maybe it wasn't even their fault. Maybe it was the government's fault not securing it enough. But it's just, like, crazy to see it in the news. It's all crap except for Tilray, Oxley. I agree. For the most part, anyway. I like OGI, SNDL. Like, we'll go through the MJ list since this is completely dominated by MJ. But ACB, like, on a scale of 1 to crap, or sorry, on a scale from crap to not crap, like, this is probably a 1. Like, it's mostly crap. Maybe, I'll be nice. I'll give it a 3. AVCN, I'll give it like a 7. So it's mostly not crap. AYR, 0. Total crap. BAM, like a 1. CGC, like a 2 or a 3. Cresco, 2 or 3. Cron, probably get like a 6 or a 7. Cureleaf gets like an 8. CXXI gets like a 1 or a 2. DB gets like a 2 or a 3. Glasshouse gets like a 4 or a 5. GTBIF gets like a 6 or a 7. High Tide gets like an 8 or a 9. IIPR gets like a 2 or a 3. Love gets like an 8 or a 9. MSOS gets like a 3 or a 4. OGI on a scale of crap to not crap probably gets like a 7 or an 8. PLTH gets like a 1 or 2, pretty much crap. SNDL is like a 6 or a 7. I'll maybe give it up 7 to an 8. TCNNF truly maybe like a 6 or a 7. Tilray, I'll give it like a 8 or a 9. VFF, give it like a 7. Verano, give it like a 3. Oxley, give it an 8. So there you go. There's my scale from crap to not crap. The rest is crapola. Want to know a good stock to buy now before it pops? ALV. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, there's multiple tickers with the name ALV. So you're going to have to be more specific. Are you talking about the one on the NYC, I assume? And it's at highs, so... yeah, I'd be careful on this one. We had a weekly bull flag, so we went from the low there to the high. Brief higher low. Confirmed the weekly bull flag. The target, though, is 126. So in terms of percentage, we're about just under 6% away. I'd be careful with that one, though. There's like no support down to like 76. ALV Petro. Ah, see? That's why you got to tell me the exchange. All right. Well, you'll know for next time. Yeah, that's why we want to say it all in one. If you're going to say the ticker, say it all in one, because I can't keep going down. And it's just easier. Tilray and ACB for the win. Yeah, I'd be careful with ACB. Again, not saying it because I have a grudge against ACB or anything. I own it, right? But it's no more than 2% of my portfolio. It'll never be any more than 2% of my MJ portfolio. Like it's as close to crap as crap. Jatinder says, I follow PAL since 2020. Recently joined the PAL group community. I love it. I highly recommend everybody here join. Believe me, PAL is going to be bringing big changes in terms of knowledge and money. Thank you, Rod. Thank you, Jatinder. I really appreciate it. I'm super ecstatic that you're getting tons of value from it. And, you know, we did a coaching call, and you're a stand-up dude, my friend. It was an absolute pleasure kind of being your mentor, and you brought a lot of great ideas to the group as well. So thank you very much for your contributions. And PAL group wouldn't be the same without you, my friend. So I hope you stick around for a long time. Natural Crapolo. Sorry, just joining the chat. What's your thoughts on Tilray? I have 610K shares, average of $1.14. Wow. That is a lot of money into Tilray. Yeah, I already went over Tilray. Like, Tilray's my top MJ holding, right? But yeah, it should be at like $1 pretty soon. I just did analysis, so I assume you commented before that. If you have anything else you want me to look at, let me know. Yeah, it's not bad, damn. I'd share a screenshot for haters, but bro, will this ever go back up? Yeah, no, it's, I mean, I never invest any more than 5 to 10% of my net worth into one sector, let alone one stock. So if you've got 610K shares, so that's like $600,000. Like, yeah, like you'd need to have like a net worth of like at least 6 million for that to make sense, right? Like you need to have, like, if you sold all your assets and paid sold all your assets and paid all your debt and your liabilities, whatever your net worth is, so whatever you have left over, if it's not 6 million, I would never have 600,000 shares in Tilray. That's just me. I wouldn't have $600,000 in one sector, let alone one stock. I would take maybe 600. If my net worth was $6 million, then I would take 10% of that, 600,000. I'd spread it out probably across 6 to 12 different MJ stocks. If I was going to invest in MJ, which I would, if I had $6 million. But if your net worth isn't $6 million and you have 600,000 shares, I would say you probably went a little heavy. But you don't seem too emotional by the way you're talking. So yeah, maybe your net worth is like $5 million. So who knows? Don't share screenshots, bro. Protect yourself. People will steal your shit. Yeah, exactly. Of course, I'd hide my info. There's technology that can unhide your info. I just wanted to get out of MSOS. My average is 337. I had it for a long while. Well, that's not a bad average. There's some people that probably bought it at 10 or 20 bucks. So I'd say you're laughing. The brokers, I have like an ins for that shit, and I pay a fee for it. Yeah. So I'm not worried. Bilal, just wait about 3 months. Sell your shares. Open up an orphanage or a shelter for unprivileged kids. Change the world. That's awesome. Keep averaging any week. You should be focusing more on Oxy right now. Oxy is the rocket, not Tilray. Yeah, but keep in mind, Oxy's pulled back about 30% in the last couple of days, and it's still down like 96% from all-time highs. So there'll be leaders and laggards, but there's no need to like pick one either, right? Like just get like 6 to 12. Don't stretch yourself too thin. You can't own every single crypto. You can't own every single MJ stock. You can't own every single tech stock, right? Don't stretch yourself too thin. Just pick 6 to 12. Do hundreds of hours of research, right? And then pick 6 to 12 and go from there. I believe in this company, but bro, they lack communication with shareholders. Yeah, well, it was nice for them to finally reach out to me and do. I interviewed Erwin Simon, as you probably know. I interviewed the CEO, so it was nice for them to finally reach out. But that should tell you something. If they're not communicating to shareholders that much, and they're not really in the public eye, but they are, right? They're on BNN, they're on CNBC, they're on Fox Business all the time, right? That's not usually what shitty companies do, right? Fox doesn't have CNBC, Fox, BNN doesn't have crap companies on, right? That's usually like the ones who change the world kind of stuff. And if this many people are interested in Tilray and they're not doing that much communications right now, that tells you that like they're doing something right. And Oxley just paused their conference calls, their earnings calls. They haven't done earnings calls in like forever. They're doing letters to shareholders. So at least Tilray's still doing. So again, like, I know you're probably only invested in Tilray and you probably don't have that much into other stocks, so you're very biased and you probably don't really know. You're probably just naive and you just don't know what, like you're ignorant, like you just don't know. You don't know what you don't know. But yeah, it could be a lot worse. That's what I'll tell you. Tilray's just small aircraft. No, you got it the other way, Raging Gun. like you could be not more opposite there. Oxley's not even doing conference calls, and Tilray's got like record conference call attendance, and their conference calls are like the longest in the industry, right? That's not. You don't have the longest conference calls and the amount of analyst questions, the most amount of analyst questions if it's not the most exciting one in the industry, right? I tried buying, but I can't on the brokerage I am on. Oh, Oxley? Yeah, they probably don't allow OTC, so over-the-counter pink sheets. So I keep adding Tilray every week. Tilray, please. Yeah, I went over that already. I typed in Oxley. It shows up a different ticker unless I'm typing in the wrong ticker. Just type in Oxley. It should come up, but it's XLY on the TSX, and then on the OTC, it's CBWTF. This one here. CBWTF. Right here. Right above the price here on the right. Happy Friday, happy Friday. Hope you're having a great night. You as well, Justin. Ticker ACB. Yeah, we already went over that one, so I think I got that one. Can't even buy Oxley with my brokerage. Yeah. And that's another thing, folks. It could uplist to a U.S. major exchange, right? Once Oxley, it's backed by Imperial Brands, which is a huge tobacco giant. They're paying down debt. They're becoming profitable, and they just removed their going concern. So what does that tell you? That tells you uplist is coming soon, folks. Oxley is a buy all day long. Where can we buy it and on what platform? I have no idea. I'm not from the U.S., so somebody in the U.S., if you can respond to that. Well, Simple's Canadian, so I highly doubt that's going to help. Do you think this is Tilray consolidation will run again from here? Yeah, like I said, it's probably fall down to around 50 cents, 45 cents, and then we're probably going to be back up to around 80 cents to a dollar. Down for a few days, then up again. Yeah, pretty much. Seesaw, remember when we were a child? Seesaw. Bro, Erwin needs to talk more about this company. Give us insight on what he has planned. Like you hear other CEOs talking about their companies, but Tilray, yeah, again, kind of what I said earlier. They will accept crypto. Yeah, they're talking about AI, crypto. Again, I interviewed him. He talked all about that. So if you haven't seen my interview, check that out. Erwin was here a few weeks ago and did exactly that. Exactly. Of course, bro. Bilal, where have you been? How do they see the Italian market? Yeah, I'll have to have them back on soon. I want to have Hugo Al, CEO of Oxley, on again soon too. I'm with you, Raging Gun, but we need more news. Do buybacks for all the... Dude, I have 610K shares. That guy is at 3 million. Yeah, but you have to remember, the shares that you have, you bought them all, right? CEO of Tilray, Irwin Simon, most of his shares were compensation for his job. So, again, unless you have a net worth of $6 million, if you have 600,000 shares, you're probably a little too heavy. I would think. If you're getting close to the CEO in shares and you're not the CEO, or you don't have a net worth of $6 to $10 million, I would say be very careful. But there's other companies that you could be invested in and a lot worse off. Do buybacks. I talked about that in my interview as well. You really need to go watch that interview, Bilal. I don't think you've seen it based on everything you're saying. Just go to YouTube, type in Tilray interview, or Pow Group Tilray interview. It's right here. It's got 5.5 thousand views, and the shorts got like 6,000 views. Two shorts. It's like over 10 or 12,000 views on that video. If you haven't seen that, I interviewed him, and a lot of what you're talking about, like, I guarantee you've never heard him say any of this stuff. We didn't talk about the Italian market because that news didn't come out when I did this interview. But this was just 2 months ago. And I guarantee you it's the best interview you've ever heard with Tilray. And my salary isn't like his. Well, exactly. His salary is shares, right? So he's compensated in shares. You're buying the shares. That's a huge difference. And you have to remember, he's compensated in shares, and like 80 to 90% of his compensation is in shares. That means his net worth is down just as much, right? It's down like 80, 90% because the stock is down. So again, we have to like get past our emotions, right? We have to start thinking logically and with data and reason. And do you think him holding 3 million shares, do you think he would rather have the price at 30 cents or $30, right? What do you think what do you think the average cost of that is now, right? Like the value of that. It's peanuts. It was just at 30 cents. Of course he'd run to be at $30. He has over 3 or 4 million shares. Let's just look. Where are we at here? Am I blind? He's got 3.7 million shares. So what do you think you'd rather be at? 30 cents or $30? Like that's not hard to figure out, right? But like at the end of the day, you can't be like always on doing interviews. You got to run a business here and put your head down. You don't see Canara Biotech CEO all the time doing interviews either, right? Like they're too busy doing work, and their stock's at all-time highs. But they're only they're not even all across Canada yet. They're only in like a few markets in Canada. Tilray's in 22 countries. Like, come on, we're gonna have to wake up here, folks, and smell the coffee because it's brewing and it's like right in your face, right? It's almost in your nostrils, and you're not sure if it's coffee or like Pepsi at this point. Like, is that carbonation bubbles or coffee? Like, is that Pepsi? The point is we need more clarity. The point is, if you know what you own, you don't need any clarity at all. I could care less because I know what I own. Erwin came on Powell last month, discussed all these things. Yeah, exactly. Yes, crypto buybacks. He said all that. Yep. I hope, bro, right now Tilray is falling down, but great yourself. Good weekend. Thanks for the videos. You bet. Have a great weekend. I feel like they're well diversified and well set up, but damn, we're a penny stock. Yeah, we're not quite a penny stock, but we're getting there. Again, you can't have. Just imagine if you waited to buy until most of the sector was down now, right? You'd be loving these prices. I see tons of people saying they're buying all the time, right? So many people in Pow Group. When I was covering Oxley, I said 1 cent, 2 cent. It was amazing. So like I get people messaging me all the time, bro. Like, thank you so much for showing me Oxley at a penny, 2 pennies. Well, guess what? Without that 98, 99% correction, they wouldn't be up almost 20x, right? $1,000 into $20,000. So, and again, if you're not pulling back 80, 90%, like Bitcoin and some cryptos, Amazon pulled back 95% in 2001 after the tech boom. That just says that there's so much volatility to the upside, so much potential. When you pull back 80, 90%, that tells you the upside is almost unlimited, right? But eventually these MJ stocks will only pull back 40, 50% in a bear market, right? And that'll tell you that the opportunity for upside is much smaller, right? I think we got a member. Welcome to Core. Bilal, welcome to Core. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it. I'm just chatting. Yeah, no worries, man. I'm just having a hard time following the chat because there's like a lot of different messages, and when it keeps coming in, I lose my spot. So it derailed where I was, and I have to like go back up in the chat sometimes. So it's kind of a pain. Yeah, I totally lost my spot, and I keep losing it all the time because, yeah, I love you, Raging Gun. I love you, Bilal, but you're making me lose my spot like every 2 seconds here. Let me see here. Okay, there we go. I think I found it again. No, I keep losing my spot again now. Buybacks. Here we go. Well, I have another 50K on the side to buy more if it hits that. Yeah, I mean, just be careful, man. All I gotta say. Tilray be at $10 or more this time next year. I'm just chatting. Yeah, Metals Company. The Metals Company. The Metals Company. I wonder what they sell. Copper. Gold. Other stuff. Yeah. So this one's rocket ship for sure. I'd be really cautious with this one. This one has no monthly support down to 72 cents. This is like winning the lottery in slow motion here, or I guess fast motion. It's up 10x in what, 7 months? Yeah, about 7 months, 6 months. I'd just be careful. This one easily pull back to like $4 or $3. No, just chatting. Keep going, bro. Just my YouTube name for content on locks, dreadlocks, care, and creation. Okay, cool. Hairdresser and fellow content creator. Awesome. Yeah, like I know tons of people who do like hairdressing videos and like different kind of like balayages and all that stuff, and they get like hundreds of thousands of views. Like that's, people love that. People don't love MJ and crypto so much. Not like a girl loves hair videos, that's for sure. Or even guys like hair videos now. How much Oxley do you think could hit for share in a perfect world? Real number, I was just wondering if it could do $7 like Glasshouse. Yeah, I would say the US would have to legalize, and safer banking, rescheduling, all of that, those things would have to happen, have to uplist to US major exchange, which all of those catalysts are pretty much, I would say, on the horizon in the next couple of years. So yeah, I would say maybe Oxley could hit $7. I mean, I don't think we need it to hit $7 though, do we? To be to life-changing wealth. Like, if you got this thing at a penny and it goes back to all-time highs, that's 300x almost. So $1,000 investment into $300,000. That's just why like I would never invest like 600 grand or anything like that, because $1,000 could be worth $300,000 if you're right. I'd much rather do that than buy $600,000 and then average in another 50,000, another 100,000, be $1 million in, and then be sweating balls all the time, right? Like super anxious, stressed out. Like I'd rather just wait for 80-90% corrections and then load up, and then wait multiple years, and then the most I can lose is a few $1,000s, and the most I can make is millions. That sounds like a way better plan to me. But yeah, we're almost monthly. We were monthly overbought. We went from monthly oversold to monthly overbought. So again, if you know nothing about charts, just put in the RSI, buy when we're close to this area, don't buy, and potentially sell when we're here, and you'll do better than like 99% of retail traders. But yeah, I could, like, if the U.S. legalized, I could see 4 or $5 easily. If we just take our Fibonacci extension levels, which I just discussing this in the Power Group Private Community POW courses today, the 1.618 would be $4.9. 2.618 would be just under $8. The 3.618 would be around $10. So I think all of those are realistic, but question is when, right? Same thing happened with Bitcoin. It saw an 80-90% correction, right? Here, 85%. Then you take your Fibonacci extensions. It actually exceeded its 4.618. And then again, in the 2017 to 2019 bear market, it pulled back about 80% as well. Yeah, 83%. And then it hit its 3.618. So if Oxley pulled back 80-90%, and it does something similar, hits the 1.618, that'd be around $5. 2.618 would be around $8. I would say, you know, $4 or $5 is probably realistic if the U.S. legalizes and passes safer banking and reschedules, and they uplist to the U.S. major exchange like the NASDAQ or the NYSE. Life is short. We come and we live and we die and we go to hell or heaven. Metals Company, thanks. Yeah, did that. Oxley is 10. Alvo Petro. All right, so monthly consolidation underway now. We did lose the weekly uptrend though, so that's a bit of a red flag, and that signals monthly consolidation. So next support, 451. Could see an EMA 12 and 26 bear cross, so it's not looking too hot at the moment. Yeah, we just had a triple thunder bearish crossover as well. We just lost the low of the we just lost the 10-week moving average, bear cross, and the MACD and the stochastic. So yeah, don't be surprised if this falls back down to around $5 or $4. We also have the 50 weekly at $5 and the 100 weekly there at $5. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see this at $5 or $4 in the next couple weeks. 200-day moving average at $4.99. So 5 psychological. Yeah, seems like pretty much all but certain that we're going to head there. I also see we're having a ton of people sign up for the POW Group Private Community and a couple of people on the algo alerts. I'll get to those after. I have to manually create your account. So I'll get to those after the stream. But thank you very much for becoming members, everybody. And thank you for all the YouTube members as well. Let's go. I'm going to go through this a little quicker. This is getting, I was going to do about an hour. We're at an hour 17. Also going to have a sip of this Tangerine Dream. TSXV, got it. Price to earnings, 861 dividend yield, 9.2%. Yep. Sounds pretty decent, but technicals are saying $4 or $5. Still looking for a Tilray reverse split. No, they put it on pause. They have till September 21st, and then they could get a 6-month extension similar to BFF. Village Farms. Village Farms actually got 2 warnings similar to Tilray, and they got 2 extensions. So that means they had a whole year to regain compliance. So that's March 21st. That Tilray probably has. And we have rescheduling imminent, probably safer banking, and maybe even attempt to deschedule. Tilray might not even do a reverse split at this point, but they're looking to pause it. Well, they have paused it. I would say it's like a 50-50 chance at this point, but again, Aurora did 2 reverse splits, a 1 for 12 and a 1 for 10, and everybody seems to love it for some reason now. So I don't think it's the end of the world if Tilray does a 1 for 10 or a 1 for 20. Actually, 700,000. Wow, yeah, be careful. Heavy hitter. Yeah, we're Tigers. Why ACB is not good, and will it up either U.S. legalization? What is the price tag in your opinion? So, Aurora used to be one of the big players in Canada. It's now not even in the top 20 in Canada. I have never seen a product in any store in Canada from Aurora, like, ever recently. They're mostly into medical now and the international markets, but even their last earnings report was pretty crap, plus all the other companies in, like Tilray, Organigram, SNDL, you got Rubicon Organics even now going into international markets, so there's so much competition. You got Decibel now going in international markets. Yeah, Aurora's just Not good. It's also a potential weekly bear flag, it looks like here. Yeah, it's a weekly bear flag. So if we don't get over 484, I would even say $5. If we don't get over $5, this isn't looking good. And yeah, we're getting a lot of members coming in here to the Power Group private community, so thank you very much. Really appreciate it. I'll get to those. Whoops. I'll get to those right after this. So yeah, it's saying it could go to $3. So key support is going to be 387. If we lose 387, it could go to $3. But yeah, don't get over 5. It's still a potential weekly bear flag. It's not looking too great, to be completely honest with you. We just had an EMA 12 and 26 bear cross as well. So you can see here, bear cross. That's a big big sell signal. Look what happened the last time we had an EMA 12 and 26 bear cross alert go off. We saw another, on the Power Algo service, we saw another 30% of downside. So from this one here, another 30% of downside would be $3. So again, a lot of support saying maybe $3. And yeah, we just had a bearish triple thunder crossover close below the 10-week moving average, but yeah, I'd be careful with Aurora. It's not a great company. This is generational wealth, bro. Yeah, exactly. But you have to think, like, are you going to hold on for generational wealth? Because if you have 600,000 shares or 700,000 shares, you're probably going to sell. Like psychologically, if your account gets to 5 million or 10 million, are you gonna sell, or are you gonna hold? Whereas, like, you know, if you invest a few $1,000s and it goes to millions, you know, it's a little bit different story. And you're not investing your whole life savings or like putting a second mortgage on your home. You know, it's just way too much stress, right? And that's not a good recipe for success. I've never seen that be. Like, maybe less than 1% of the world has ever been successful at it. So, again, I'd much rather invest a few thousand, turn that into millions, instead of investing, you know, $500,000 and turning that into millions, because you could lose $500,000. The most you can lose is a few thousand, or, you know, 10, 20,000. Like, for example, there's some cryptocurrencies, ADA, Oxley even just went up 17x essentially. But ADA in... more people signing up for the Power Group private community. Folks, I'm going to be up all night creating accounts here. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You're going to love it. Not going to lie. Yeah, so Cardano went from... Look at this thing. In March 2020, C19, it hit just under a penny, and then it went up to $3. So in 539 days, so about a year and a half, this thing went up 200x, almost 200x. So a $1,000 investment to $200,000. Imagine you put in $4,000, you'd base $4,000 or $5,000, you'd be a millionaire, right? So the most you can lose $4,000 or $5,000. I'd much rather that than put in hundreds of thousands or $500,000, and the most I could lose is $500,000. Like, that's just ludicrous to me. I would never do it. Like I said, unless I had a net worth of $5 or $6, $10 million. Yeah, it's well to start firms. Just watch POW videos, Raging Gun videos. I do plan on subscribing to this. Thank you very much. Yeah, I see that you did. He's pretty accurate, like his feeds. Thank you very much. You better do it, Bilal. We need more good friends for sure, bro. I'll do it tonight. I think you did come through. There was like close to 10 people that just signed up. So I'm not sure if you're in there or not. I assume you are, but he's a good person. Pretty straightforward. Better than the Dale report bullshit. I hate them because they hate Tilray. Oh, that's just because Tilray doesn't pay them any money, right? Which, if Tilray ever pays, like, no offense to TDR, whatever, to each their own, whatever, but if Tilray ever pays any company to promote them, I will be pissed off. I will email their investor relations. Like, they can come on my channel. It gets just as many views as any other MJ, and I won't charge them a penny. So why do you need to go pay these YouTube companies or other companies money to promote them? I'll do it for free, right? So if I hear that Tilray ends up paying some company 5, 10, 20,000, even 50,000, whatever it is, I will be livid. I will give them a piece of my mind. I would be calling up all the contacts I have. I interviewed Irwin. I would call him up and I would straight up tell him I'd straight up tell him right off. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I would literally tell him to fuck off. Like, I would be like, I will smack the shit out of you if you don't stop that right now. Like, I feel so strongly about that. Like, that's the stupidest load of shit. I just can't imagine. Absolute bullshit. I agree. That shit shouldn't be happening. And these other companies that are paying, that's a red flag to me. Yeah, I would have, if Tilray paid another company to do that, I would call for Irwin to resign. And I would post videos every single fucking day. I swear to God. I would never let that shit go. My fucking investment dollars? No fucking way. Okay? Get that shit out of here. The reports is just hype grasping at something as news station. Dude was a reporter for most of his career. Makes sense. He tries to... Yeah, you can tell, like, it's just... They're not really providing any substance, right? They're not really helping people. They're just reporting the news, like a CNBC, right? They're not telling you, like... They're not giving you investment... like, it's not about giving investment advice, but, like, they're not giving you, like... Look at this company, look at this company, look at this. Like, they're not giving any research, really. They're just, like, kind of looking at, like, this news happened, and they're kind of giving education, which is kind of cool, I guess. But, like, when I watch their channel, and when I used to watch it more than I do now, but, like, I would hear a lot of people were getting confused by it. And, yeah, like, I want to... I got so many... I don't have a lot of time, and, like... I could be doing a lot better things than just getting the news. And, like, I report the news as well. But, like, the news isn't even really that important, right? We'll see it in the charts before the news happens. And a lot of the times, it's usually a sell the news event, right? So, it's quite often by the time the news comes out, it's too late. So, case in point, look what's happened over the last few days. And today, the news came out that there's going to be rescheduling and the stocks are down. So, doesn't really make any sense. But, yeah. Tilray, if you're listening, love you. Love you so much. But if you ever pay a company any money to advertise for them, I will call for your leader to resign. I'm sorry. And whoever the hell made that decision. And I'll make content until it happens. Guaranteed. I bought mine in Charles Schwab. Okay, cool. I have IB Care. I'm not sure what that means. You should be able to buy Oxley on Fidelity or Schwab. Not sure, but I would assume so. Try to Google and buy the OTC tickers. Okay. TMC, the metals company. US Gap Fill. I already look at that. Yeah, are you talking about that one there? Talking about 198? Yeah, we do have a potential downtrend forming here. It is a head and shoulders as well. And we could see an EMA 12 and 26 bear cross as well. So it's not looking too hot here at the moment. Yeah, so we could easily pull back to around 460. Beyond that, no major red flags. It's just saw a weekly bull flag, and it's still in a strong weekly uptrend, so no major red flags. I watched it. It was a great interview. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, he answered all that stuff. Just subscribed. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, like I said. Yeah, I would trust them, but they get paid to promote their favorite stocks. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't trust them. Well, I'm holding and buying more next week on this pullback. Bro, you the man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. TMC, got that one. Had so many shares of TMC in January, so upset that I sold. Yeah, well, again, that's typically what happens, right? But again, if you were looking at this thing, look at the MA 12 and 26 bull cross here. We had it here. We had a bear cross, more downside, bull cross, bear cross. That would have saved you 47% of downside. Then we had another buy alert go off here, and then we saw 400% of upside. So just the POW algo alerts as well would pay so much. And again, like, you don't even really have to stress yourself out when to buy or not. You know, if you join the POW algo alert, say, hey Rod, can you add TMC to this? And I'll say yep, and then you'll get buy and sell alerts when these EMA bear and bull crosses go off. This one would have saved you 50% of the downside, and this one would have got you 400% of upside, and we still haven't had a sell signal, so it's still telling you to stay in that trade essentially. Thank you, Rod. Good night. My pleasure, Jam. Thanks for joining. Thanks, man. They mine seafood for EV metals. Okay, cool. Your opinion on why YOLO doesn't have Tilray in its portfolio? Because they're high on crystal meth. Yeah. Why pay them a management expense? Like, why pay them a management fee to lose like 80-90% of your money, and then it looks like a friggin' guy or a girl with a blindfold on just threw darts at these companies and picked a fund, like, ta-da, YOLO. Like, literally, you only live once. They didn't even put any research into it. They just threw darts with a blindfold on and hoped it sticks. Yeah, but it's Tilray below. Ain't gonna lose nothing. I'm holding till $20 minimum. Yep. Exactly. Hold for a bit. Just one sec. I got some people messaging me in the PAL group private community here as well. I just want to see if there's any requests. Nothing that can't wait for now, so we'll just wait a little bit. Yeah, we got close to 70 people in the PAL group private community now, and after all these signups here, we're probably close to 80. And then the algo, there's probably close to 20 people now that just signed up in the last week. And again, the price will be going up about double tomorrow. And yeah, it's we're growing like crazy here, and we're just getting started, folks. I'm 35 years old. I'll be making content until I'm dead. Like, as long as I'm breathing on Earth, like I'll be like 95, 99, 100. I'm like, oh, this is here, Sonny. This here's a bull flag. Hold for a bit, bro. I'm already up like 70K because I bought a shitload at 52-week low. Yeah. Put 500K into Oxley. Yeah, you're playing with fire. Tashi, thank you. I wanted to buy but couldn't. I didn't trust a lot of these brokerages. Yeah, it's kind of, again, but that's the thing too. Like, you'll never get these 1 penny entries if you wait for uplists, right? By the time Oxley uplists and the majority of the U.S. can buy it in the rest of the world, because a lot of people, I've got people in PAL Group private community from like Denmark, and they can only buy things on the NASDAQ or like the NYSE, so they can't buy a lot of these Canadian companies either. So a lot of the Europeans. But by the time Oxley uplists to the U.S. major exchange, it'll probably be at 50 cents or $1 again, right? And then you just miss the 100x life-changing wealth, $1,000 into $100,000. I got a lot more. I loaded the boat on Oxley at like a penny and 2 pennies. I got a lot more than $1,000 into Oxley. This thing that hit it's $1. That's like my family's family is like loving life. And that's just Oxley. I own like 12 other MJ stocks, and then I own like a dozen cryptos. I have way more money in crypto than I do MJ. I've got like 5 properties, like houses, real estate properties. And a shit ton of cash. And a lot of other investments. Stocks and everything, other stuff. ADA, brother, analyze it. Yeah, so that one, again, it just went from like a penny in 2020. It went from, hang on a second here. Yeah, it went from under 2 pennies, so it went from a penny to $3, life-changing wealth, right? You're talking about $1,000 into $200,000. So you basically, if you invested $4,000 in March 2020, you would be a millionaire a year and a half later. So then it pulled back 92%. But I mean, from March 2020 to that low there, it's still up 1,172%, right? So this is kind of like where I see Oxley going, like a penny to like $3. But imagine if you bought Oxley at a penny and it pulled back to 23. Would you really care? Not much. No, you're still up 23x, right? So I just think there's better opportunities out there than ADA. If we do go into an alt season, I think it will participate. And then we could see somewhere around that $4 to $7 mark, maybe $10 on the high end. But again, I just think there's a lot better opportunities out there. Like, even if we were to go to, that's a 5x, so $1,000 now into $5,000. It's not like Filecoin's a name that I'd be looking at. If you invested at this thing goes back to all-time highs, that's a 92x, $1,000 into $92,000. You don't need to go back to all-time high even, right? If you invested it was just at an all-time low a couple weeks ago if it just goes back to the high in November of last year, 2024, that's a 300%. So basically ADA, if it goes to new price discovery, an all-time high. If it goes back to February 2024 highs, that's a 500%. If it goes back to the highs of March 2022, that's a 12x, so 1200%. And if it goes back to the highs of August 2021, that's 58x. And then, like I said, all-time high is over 110x. But interactive brokers, yeah, might be a good one. But yeah, ADA, let's see on the lower level time frames here what we're looking at. Looks like we had a breakout on the daily. I think it was a 4-hour bull flag. So again, tons of names were 4-hour bull flags. Bitcoin, XLM, XRP. So what am I going to naturally assume at ADA when I look at it? I'm going to assume 4-hour bull flag. Same with LTC. This is actually 2 4-hour bull flags in a row. One here, very brief higher low. Didn't lose the 0.382 fib. So we take our measured move, and the measured move on this one was saying 69 cents. Look, we got extended. We came right back to right around that 69 cent mark, right? That's the area of interest right there. That's exactly where we hit, but we got extended. Now we take our fib extension tool, our fib tool. We go from that low to that high. And if we do ignore those lower wicks, you could make the case that this is a 4-hour bull flag. But because we just confirmed a 4-hour bull flag before this one, it decreases the odds a bit, right? But this could be a bear trap. I've seen a lot of times now where the algos and the bots are getting very, very smart, and they know that we're looking for bull flags. So they'll scam wick, they'll do a bear trap and a fake out. It'll go back to around the 0.5, and then it'll go. Then it'll rocket. So yeah, the target is 87 cents. So key support from here is going to be 69. Lose 69, we're probably heading back down to around 62. Hold 69 and we break key resistance at 77, then we're likely heading to 87 cents. And I think we just had a bullish triple thunder crossover as well on the POW algo alerts on ADA. So if we do ADA USD, yeah, we just had the stochastic MACD cross bullish and the close above the 10-week moving average. So I'm inclined to think that we'll probably be back up to around that 90 cent mark in a hurry. And we just had a 50 and 200 weekly moving average bull cross. On the daily time, that's called a golden cross. On the daily 50 and 200, and that happens on the weekly. I call it a platinum bull cross. So that's in the cards here. Golden cross could happen over the next 2 to 3 weeks by the looks of it. Alt season is probably that far away as well. Thank you, bro. You bet. My pleasure. All right. We're at the end. An hour and 37 minutes. I never know. Like, it's after midnight on a lot of markets, so I never knew what to expect, and I never know what to expect when I come on here and do these live streams. But almost an hour and 40 minutes. It's almost a quarter of a work day. After I just worked 14 hours, and now I'm going to go work some more. I'm going to get some members, and then I'm going to go help members. I'm going to add members, going to create accounts, because I got like 10 that just signed up during this live stream. And then I'm going to go answer some questions in the POW Group private community and get ready to do it all again tomorrow. And I got to work in the POW Group bi-weekly newsletter. And yeah, a lot of things to do. But this is how we create wealth for our family and our family's family, right? The pursuit of wealth. No one said it was going to be easy, but I love it. Wouldn't have it any other way. All right. Love each and every one of you. All of the support. Really do appreciate it. Thanks again for joining us on the pursuit of wealth, everybody. Again, happy Friday. It's Saturday now for most of you probably. But hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And take care. All that good stuff. It's Rod with the POW Group. And I really appreciate you joining us on the pursuit of wealth. Again, we'll see you on the next one.